Yo, what's up? This your boy Derek Branch here, Saint Discussions on Strike Seven Sports. Today I just want to quickly, post my reaction on the Saints um first round draft pick in the 2020 the 2023 NFL draft, and that's defensive tackle Bryan Breese. Well, I'm sorry, Bryan Breese out of Clemson. He was the first overall pick this year. Pretty much nailed it. I kind of felt like this was the guy that they were gonna take in this year's draft. This sort of name come up a lot. Watched some footage of him, went to his scout report, check out all his strengths, his weaknesses. Look at his build as a his profile as a defensive tackle. Kind of fits that mold. You know what I'm saying? As a Saints player on the D line. 6'5", I believe 270, 280. Long arms, big, complete against the run, get after the quarterback. I don't think they're gonna use him that much on the edge with the Saints. I think he's gonna be more in the middle. But this was gonna peak. I felt like this guy was gonna be the pick. This was the first guy in my mock draft. The last mock draft that I did. If you read it on SaintDiscussions.com, is that Bryan Breese was going to be the first pick for the New Orleans Saints in the first round, and pretty much nailed it. I think a lot of people had this guy selected as well. Had him mock going to the Saints, but I just felt like this was going to be the guy. I didn't think Mozzie Smith was going to be available, and he wasn't. He went to the Dallas Cowboys. I saw some people, kind of upset that um, Nolan Smith, well, not Nolan Smith, well, yeah, Nolan Smith was available, but he went to the Philadelphia Eagles. They passed on him. Michael Mayer was there. They passed on him as well. But I think you feel you draft a guy that can help out right away. You know, I'm glad they did not move up in this year's draft in the first round. I'm glad they didn't give away future assets like future first round picks to shoot up high in the draft. I'm glad they didn't do that. Um, Success on that situation so far. You know what I'm saying? Because the board fell, man, kind of on my mock drafts, they had guys that I thought was gonna go in the second round went in the first, like Deontay Banks, um, linebacker Jack Campbell, the linebacker out of Iowa. He went to the Detroit Lions. I thought he was a second round pick. But this guy helps out. He feels an immediate need right now. For whatever reason, last year the Saints defense, the rush defense in the interior just looked old. You know, they just got beat up in the line at up front. You know, couldn't get after the passer, couldn't pressure the pocket, couldn't stop the running backs running wild on the Saints defense. Guys getting over 200 yards like Algier out of Atlanta with the Falcons. He had over 200 yards rushing on the Saints rush defense, and a few of the backs was pretty successful against the Saints um, last season against their interior pass rush, the interior defense. So this guy, I think he can come in and contribute right away. Now there is some injury history with Brian Rose. He had a torn ACL in 2021. Last year he had the kidney infection. They had you know a family matter off the field. His sister passed away due to cancer. So I'm not gonna slide that against him, but because I think that's good that you able to bounce back, show resilience and get through that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So um I'm not saying I don't think that's gonna apply to the Saints. Because that's with any player. That's with any prospect. And prospects could come in with no injury history. You know what I'm saying? And come to the NFL and just deal with a rash of injuries. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is on that aspect. You know what I'm saying? And um, there's still opportunities for the Saints to get good players, man. I know. Don't let what happened in this first round where they passed on Brian safety like Brian Branch, Nolan Smith. Don't let that get you down. There's still what is 2 days left for the draft, 3 days left. Um, I think it ends on Saturday. Yeah, 2 days left in the draft. Friday, you got Friday and Saturday where they could build out this roster. This incoming talent. But Bryan Breese is the guy at 29. I think right now, I think he's gonna be like a rotational player that comes in. But as time go on, in the future years, I think he becomes the full time starter. Now he may push Peyton Turner out the door. We don't know yet. The verdict's still out on Peyton Turner. He's a first round pick. So we gotta see how it's gonna play out. You know what I'm saying? You got Malcolm Roach. You got Bryan Breese. You got Nathan Shepard. You got Kalen Saunders from Kansas City, two-time Super Bowl winning champion, defensive tackle. So you getting there. You know what I'm saying? But we just gotta see how they build the roster out going forward. So right now I'm on the athletic.com, and this is their best players available for day two of the draft. Um, Will Levis, of course, he's still available. Got um, no team was interested, But the Saints don't need a quarterback right now. I don't have an issue with the Saints taking a quarterback. I just think it should be in the second round, or maybe the third. But I don't think he's going. I think he'll be taken by tomorrow. We'll see. Joey Porter's still on the board. People was griping about that. Um, my issue here with Joey Porter, I do think that the Saints need to add another young cornerback, but I don't think it should be the first round. That's that's my thing with Joey Porter. Brian Branch, that's a strong argument to get a guy like a Brian Branch on this roster, especially with Tyron Matthew getting up there in age. I'm not saying that he can't contribute anymore, but Marcus May, those guys, they don't have long term deals. It's not like they have long term deals with the team. It's good. It would be great to have a young guy come in there and play and contribute, and it could take over from one of those guys when it's time to move on. So Brian Branch would make a lot of sense. I think you got Michael Mayer. He's still on the board. Tight end out of Notre Dame, 6'4", 249. Drew Sanders, he's still available. Luke Musgrave, Darnell Washington, Jalen Hyatt, BJ Aguilar, but a lot of people say that, and I agree that he doesn't really fit our Saints defense. Saints, prototype for defensive ends and linebackers. He's more of a 3-4 guy. Kylie Rango, Georgia. Osiris Torrance, player that I had mocked in my fifth round draft. If you check that one out on YouTube, that he was our first round pick. So I think he might be an upgrade over Cesar Ruiz at guard and Andrews Pete. Trent Simpson, linebacker out of Clemson. So that's still a lot of value in this second round. So I'm not really tripping about them passing on guys like Brian Branch, um, Michael Mayer, Joey Porter, Nolan Smith. I'm not really tripping about it yet. I'm not really tripping about this at all. Because that's you get a high compared to the first round. The Saints are picking high in the second round at 40. So it could possibly move up or it could possibly stay put. We'll see. But as for now, we just gotta sit back and wait. So Bryan Breese, first pick in the draft for the New Orleans Saints, defensive tackle at Clemson from at pick 29. So we'll just see how everything plays out going forward. There's still there's still time left in the draft for the Saints to add quality depth to the roster. So we'll see. All right, that's all I have for y'all for right now, man. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know how y'all feel. How you feel about the Saints taking Bryan Breese in the first round? Are you disappointed, excited? Doesn't really matter. Also, check out saintdiscussions.com for the latest content on the War on Saints organization. I'll be having more content, written content, coming to the site soon. So check that out and have a blessed night. Peace. I'm out. Who that?